Start, bench, or sell Malo Gusto, Ben White, and Pedro Porro. Now, those are three very, very talented right backs. Excluding Walker, in my opinion, those are the top three. Now, in this video, I'm going to be ranking them from best to worst in the form of start, bench, or sell. Now, before we get into it, yes, I'm a biased Chelsea fan. However, age does matter, and Malo Gusto happens to be the youngest by a mile, so keep that in mind. But look, before you rank them, let me talk about these players. Now let's start at Malo Gusto, the youngest one. Now there's only a few things that you need to know about Malo Gusto. First of all, he is France's right back for the future. They have no one in that position that is versatile like him. The best option they have is probably Koundé, but Koundé is a very defensive player that can't help much on offense. And Malo Gusto can both defend well and attack very, very well. Oh, by the way, did I mention that he's the youngest? To be exact though, he's 20 years old. He's an under 21s player and he's performing in the Premier League. Just take that in for a moment. Pedro Porro and Ben White, when they were 20, what were they doing? Not much. But look, I'm an honest man. I will say in terms of pure performances, this season, he's probably been the worst. Not because he's been bad, just these other two have been doing better. Especially Pedro Porro. I'll get to him. A very, very underrated player, man. But look, Malo Gusto is France's right back for the future. He's 20 years old. The sky is the limit. I genuinely think this guy can be one of the best right backs in the world. Like, a world-class player, at the very least. Give it a few years, and let's see if my prediction was right or not. But now I think I've said enough about him, so let's move on to Ben White. Now, Ben White has been a part of the best defense in the league this season. Now, in that five-man defense, including the goalkeeper, I say Ben White is the third best, right? Behind Gabriel, behind Saliba. So Ben White's been a very, very sturdy player. But look, spoiler alert, I'm going to have to sell him. But wait. Before you get on to me, just finish the video, right? Just listen to me. And if you still disagree, let me know in the comments. Now let's hasten things up and go straight to Pedro Porro. I'll be honest, this guy is having an underrated season. Honestly, I didn't even know what sort of season he's been having because I don't watch Tottenham. A lot of the season's focus has been taken off Spurs. Can you believe that Spurs were the front runners to win the Premier League just a few months ago? But yeah, anyway, now Pedro Porro is 24 years old, 4 years older than Malo Gusto, 2 years younger than Ben White, who's 26 right now. Now 24 is a very solid age. He's not so old where you would say he's in his prime and he can't improve, but obviously he's not young enough for you to say that he's gonna turn out to be a fantastic player because he's so young. He's not young. He's just 24. He's slowly gonna enter his prime in the next 2-3 years, and he's got time to improve. But I'd say he doesn't have a large amount of time. But again, this season, his performances has been the best out of all three of them. He's got 7 assists as a right back, and he's solid defensively. Not the best, but solid. Now, this is statistically backed up by SofaScore. Check it out. And look, before you get on to me and say, well, player ratings is judged by people and it's not accurate, you're wrong, because SofaScore ratings are purely judged by a player's statistics in the game. So I won't say it's 100% accurate to a player's ability 100% of the time. No. However, it is a good source to see how good a player is doing in a match. Now this season, Pedro Porro is by far leading this race. But now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, start, bench, or sell. Let's get into it. Now the player that I'm going to start is probably no surprise to all of you, Pedro Porro. Like I said, underrated season. A lot of you will be surprised, but actually check out the statistics. Like, he's genuinely been very important for Spurs. He's had so many touches, and he's a good defender. If there's any Spurs fans watching this video, back me up. But now, the player I'm going to be benching, is it going to be Ben White or Malo Gusto? The answer is Malo Gusto. But look, before Arsenal fans get on to me, let me explain. I do think that Ben White's a sturdy player. I think he's good. I think he's probably top 3, top 4 right back this season. Now, scrap that. He's a top 3 right back this season, right? Ahead of Malo Gusto. In terms of performances, he is. However, were Malo Gusto playing in a better structured team that weren't 12th, then I think Malo Gusto's performances this season would be much better than Ben White's. But look, even if that wasn't true, Malo Gusto is 6 years younger. He's 20 years old. the sky's the limit and potential matters in these debates. Now look, in a different time, maybe a year from now, maybe I'll sell Gusto because his potential is going to be known by many people. His value is going to skyrocket, and he'd bring a lot of money to the club through selling a player. But it's not the case right now. I don't think you get more than maybe 60 million for Gusto. But in my opinion, I think he will turn to be a world-class right back. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Did I get it right? What's your list? Let me know. Did I get anything wrong? But look, I'm going to see you all next week.